on Click Ninja online channel, the radio set to redefine your radio experience and empower young minds. This program is where we talk about trending issues, analyzing them, and giving our own one pence to it. My name is Elizabeth Ereke, and I'm with Iwuanyanwu and Choice Ogosi. You're welcome, ladies, to the show.
Thank you.
The way you girls are answering me, I want to have that vibe to know that this show is gonna be a bomb.
Let's see what you have for us.
All right, that's by the way. Do well before we get into our discussion. Hurry up to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Click Ninja. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Click Ninja 1. Visit our website on www.clickninja.gov.ng and search for us on Radio Guardian at Click Ninja 2. Follow us live on all our publications. So ladies, we are all aware that Comfort Emmason, the lady that was seen having this drama with Ibom airline that has been trending, has been banned from flying. Is presently at the Chivido set. Another video sufficed again where we saw Emmason telling the air hostess to leave her way to enable her on board the aircraft, and the air hostess was adamant, standing there adamant. Another tweet from Tunde, who claimed to be a passenger on board the aircraft, said that Comfort was told to turn off her phone, and she told the air hostess that her phone was offline. Now, on getting to their destination, Comfort was prevented from alighting the plane. And he also said she was even pushed at a time to one of the seats to enable all other passengers come down from the plane. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority came out with this ban on her, alongside Ibom Airline, to prevent her from flying a lifetime flight. And presently, she's at the Kirikiri. This is barely 24 hours the incident happened, and these statements have been passed on Comfort Emmason. Would you say these statements were hasty conclusions to what happened to her? Choice, I want to hear from you.
I would say, you can see the whole thing. I don't even know what to say, but I will say something. When I saw the statements about the correctional center, she taking there, I was wondering what kind of crime would, fine, she had done something wrong, but at the same time, if you had looked at that video and the way that lady was handled, at the point I screamed when I saw it, because the lady, for that matter, I don't want to say that, everything was just out. I was not the one involved. I was really irritated because I was imagining myself being, I don't know, no, it's terrible. So if they are taking that girl to the correctional center, those men that dragged her out of that aircraft should also be taken, because they too, if you look very well, maybe some of them are married. And that lady, because let's look at the beginning of how the whole incident happened. The girl is at fault. You're going into the aircraft. They should have checked that, because those days we go on aircraft, you are checked before you come into the aircraft to sit down. So if they had noticed that at the very first instance when she came in, they should have stopped her immediately. I don't know if you understand. Not allowing her to get down, like she cannot go out of the aircraft. Who does that? If I were to be in the girl's shoe, I would do that, because every other person is going out and you're saying I should not go. So if you had noticed that at the very beginning, you tell her to step aside. She should miss the aircraft, the flight for that time, or do something immediately. But to cut the long story short, what happened, that the incident that happened is not something, it's out of it, it's not something to write home about. Even the airborne should also be given a license. They should not even operate. They shouldn't operate, yes.
So they should pass the same judgment they passed on kwam.
Yes.
Because Didi must have done something wrong, and the airline was trying to draw her attention to what was wrong. But you cannot be trying to draw somebody's attention to what was wrong and then assault the person. Because what we saw clearly online was pure assault. First and foremost, I feel like that lady was being held hostage because it was clear. In fact, the video that was released by the Ibom Air staff. And that video showed the Ibom Air hostess blocking the way. And I'm wondering, why didn't people see this? That was a hostage situation in the first place. In fact, I saw a tweet on Twitter that, somebody tweeted and said she knows, she's a lawyer, and she knows how this lady can make billions, millions from this case from Ibom. Because, I feel like she was wrong in a lot of things, but how the wrong that was done to her outweighed whatever it was that the search was doing. She slapped this lady, but then the way she was handled, does it justify? Do you understand? Is this a fair enough reaction towards this lady? Now they blocked her from coming out, and then when she, I don't know, we don't know the interplays between one scene and the other. Between when she was blocking her and when they brought the officials to come in, they actually went and brought male officials, and there's no way 3-4 male officials will not overshadow a lady. But again, I also saw the lady too herself is another, I don't know what to call her, whether it's an agaraja or something like that.
She was defending herself.
No. There was another video that I saw where she held one of the male officials inside the flight, like she jacked the man, and both of them fell back into one of the seats, and I'm like, what is going on here? Look, I think we need to be trained on how to, douse certain kinds of tensions that are going on. You don't come in with another force in order to take care of. In fact, that lady could have been handled in a more psychological way. Do you understand? She could have been allowed to calm down. They could, if she has carried out a criminal offense, they could even handcuff her. Yes, than to be dragging her, the way, and then it ended up in her own. I don't know whether to call this one now a sexual violation, because it now had to do with her own body being revealed unnecessarily. In terms of whether it was hasty and all that, I think it was rather hasty, because it was barely 24 hours. And then she was remanded in Kirikiri, maximum correctional center. I'm like, excuse me, what is Kirikiri?
So when she comes out of it, what will she will be an ex-convict now.
Okay, so now let me say, is it that she's taking the fall for Kwam 1, whom netizens have actually been coming out to say, dubbed Comfort's case as Kwam 2, and her taking, and her maybe taking the fall for his offense, because when we look at both cases that happened almost at the same time, barely a week, within the same week, you understand? Kwam 1 now gave an apology, and his own was with a container containing what was said to be alcohol. Though he had said it's not even alcohol, that it was water for his medications.
No, there's a bottle now that's circulating online. It's a Kwam bottle
water, and he poured whatever the substance was in the bottle on one of the staff of the airline, ValueJet airline. Now he has issued an apology, and his case seemed to be like a dead case. I read online where somebody said, okay, if Kwam 1 issued an apology, Comfort should also issue her own apology and let this case die. But then I want to believe that there are guiding principles written down in black and white, that should regulate them on how to handle issues like this. Why is Kwam 1, maybe because, I don't know, why is Kwam 1 being led to go low and Comfort
is in Kirikiri
overnight?
Let me tell you, when Kwam 1's issue happened, right, one of the statements that came out from a lot of people is, look, in Nigeria, once you have money, nothing is going to happen to you. And then less than a few days later,
an ordinary citizen.
And true to it, an ordinary citizen, fell in the same airline-related situation. I dare say that Kwam 1's offense was 100 times greater than that of Comfort, because in the case of Comfort, everybody had alighted, the plane had landed, there was no risk. The only problem was that she was being obstructed, or that she didn't obey them, initially.
Yeah.
But Kwam one's own, there were people on board. The plane was about to take off. As a matter of fact, he had allegedly a harmful substance both to himself and other people going into that airline. That was already an offense number one. Then he was standing on the tarmac. In fact, if it was an ordinary citizen standing at the tarmac, you might be arrested as a terrorist,
It was, and then there were security agencies around him. So why didn't they grab him the same way they grabbed Comfort?
He's on one.
Excuse me,
Comfort
we are all one. But we are all supposed to be one when the law is concerned.
So that's the
Please,
thing.
can I come in with this?
Yeah.
We are talking about Kwam, we're talking about comfort. Let's also look at area of professionalism. You understand? I believe people in such areas like the air hostess, aviation, and what do you call it? There are some vital positions people occupy that you need professionalism, whether you like it or not. You're dealing with different people from different backgrounds. Some people listen to you when you talk to them calmly. Some people listen to you. You just have to talk to them in a way that they can understand. I believe if there was professionalism had played out in that incident.
Which one?
In the area of Kwam and this comfort lady, because it's the same sector we are talking about, the same aircraft, though they are very different names, you understand. If they had spoken to them, there's a way you would talk to somebody, and the person would, no matter how stubborn the person may be, he or she will calm down. Maybe this person is already angry, maybe from transferred aggression or something, and the other person...
But they can't come and be literally trying to suit every single person. Do you understand? There are rules, there are laws, because they deal with millions of people every day.
But then these rules should cover different categories of people.
Okay.
If this person is trying to give us a man-man kind of vibe, this is what we should do. If this person, because like the issue of Comfort's case, following this case, there are a lot of missing link for me, because from this story to this story, there's a gap. From this story to this story, there's a gap. To round this up, the Minister of Aviation, Festus Keyamo, has come out to condemn this act, which for me is a right step at the right time. And he has called up on every passenger that was on that aircraft to come give their own account of what happened. So while we wait to see what happens, we also hope that he will look into the statements, or the Kwam issue, like you said, or I wouldn't want to say the hasty statement passed on Comfort, at least, yes.
But he also said that the airline official that posted that video will also be sanctioned.
So investigations are ongoing.
Yes.
So let's wait to see the end of the investigation. And I pray this investigation comes out in a fair manner, clear manner, and the public should also be informed. Let it not just die one kind of death like that. So away from the whole aircraft and whatever saga, I saw a video trending online. Let's take a look at it, where a grown-up man was being flogged on the street because he was sentenced by a magistrate court sitting in Wuse Zone 6 for assaulting a sex worker.
Why is it surprising to you?
It is. But I said it's the first time I'm seeing or hearing something like this, and I'm wondering what's going on.
So, like, hearing what? Is it the flogging or the altercation with the sex worker?
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing that somebody is being punished for what he went to pay for. Let me put it that way.
So, I don't know.
What do you think about the whole flogging and...
Something must have gone wrong. In as much as he went there to pay for something, it's possible what he went there to pay for was overtime or something. I don't know, I'm just saying. So it's not left for the sex worker to say her own side of the story. But for it to lead to beat, you know those people, they don't joke when it comes to their money.
What you pay for versus what you get.
You get the point. So maybe the man, I don't know, I'm just saying from my own point of view, maybe he might have done one or two things that really led to the beating and the jogo and the happen. But in all, whatever he has done after the flogging, I'm sure he will not want to go back there again.
I'm sure he will go back there again.
Maybe why it looks surprising is the fact, for me, there are two things: that he was sentenced to flogging, and then secondly, probably people will be wondering, is it because of a sex worker? And I think that is what you are saying, that something he paid for. So, but the thing we have to understand is that sex workers have rights. Yes. There's no law that says it's an illegal whatever. It's a legal agreement between two people. So, for the magistrate court to have sentenced him, it means that maybe they've been able to prove that he was either assaulting the lady or taking advantage of her or overstepping his bounds, going against the agreement that they had. Maybe the only question I would have had is, why flogging?
On the street.
Why sentencing him to being flogged? So for me, I don't have an answer to that.
Maybe
but I know that, because somebody is a sex worker does not mean that you should go and meet the person and do whatever it is that you feel. A sex worker can actually accuse you of raping them.
Of course.
Yeah, but maybe for being flogged, it could be an issue of what I ordered versus what I got. Maybe the girl didn't get what she was or what. Will I call it this? Yes. Now both of them are ordering.
In Nigeria, we probably wouldn't even see anything wrong if the man went and was having a fight with her or something like that. To say, you said, why? Do you understand? So it looks strange that the magistrate would punish the man. Do you understand, for this? But I want to believe that definitely there must have been a
something
reason for
that
that.
has happened. All right. Moving on. Late billionaire Iwuanyawu's will has banned his wife from remarrying, or she lose all her inheritance. What do you think about his decision for banning his wife from remarrying? Could it be he made this because he felt he was way, way older than her, and perhaps she married him because of his wealth? Ehi, what do you think about that?
So, when it comes to the issue of inheritance for women, I think this draws our attention to the fact that as a woman, you need to be a woman of your own. You need to be a woman of your own because you should have a will yourself. You understand? And then you need to also know the kind of marriage that you're going into. You need to know who you are getting married to. I don't know what kind of marriage they had, if it was a marriage under the Act, which is the statutory marriage, or if it was customary marriage. Because if it is customary marriage, in fact, they always say that a woman married under the custom is a younger sister to a woman married under the law. Because customary marriage hardly favors women. You would have to be subject to the custom of those people, and if anything comes up, you go to a customary court. So which means it's tradition that will come to play. But if it's under the Act, what belongs to you as a man belongs to the woman automatically. She's your first inheritance, even before your children. You understand? But of course, the place of a will then supersedes most of all this. So if you as a woman, you have your own life, yes, you would want your husband's will to be in your favor. But a situation where it is not in your favor, I don't think it should then stop you from living the life that you want to live. You understand? Yes, yeah. It shouldn't now be a hindrance, because I can imagine where the dilemma is now is that, okay, maybe she would have to be stuck there because of the wealth. If you now find somebody that you desire in life, you can't go because of some money. What if you find somebody else who has way more money than the man?
It's true.
Do you understand? Yeah. So for me, that's how I look at it. As a woman, you don't need to be stuck by any man's, property or whatever it is. But again, I also know that it's important, because as a woman, you want to live a good life. You want to enjoy the good things that comes with your spouse. But again, as men, for me, it reveals a mind of, I don't know which word to use. Like, you were never one in the first place, because when you put a condition to the love that you have for somebody, why you have because you love her now, not because, I don't know, Sha, the way we think here. But last, as a woman, hold your own side. That's all.
I totally agree with you on the aspect of the woman being independent. But the question is, in the years she spent with the man before he died, is it that she didn't have her own investment? Because if she had her own investment and at the end of the day, this kind of a thing is coming up, she should be able to find her way or her ground. But it's obvious, I don't know, but I feel maybe she doesn't have her own ground or something. Like that will make her stay back in the house. But another thing again is, you know, some other people believe if she doesn't get married, at least she's a human being, she's a woman, she can as well have some side
they call the lady side chick now, so
okay, that's coming from you. That's the whole thing. You understand? So she can also have a lay friend just to keep body, soul, and spirit
If family
together.
members catch her, they'll swear for her.
she's an Igbo woman.
So okay, she also, okay. So whichever ways, she should be able to bear carry her cross on her own, because all that glitter they say is not good.
Exactly.
Kai, but
and besides, you know, if as a woman, if you already have all your children and you truly love your husband, why should you even be thinking of another man? I don't know. Yeah, that's how I say it, Sha. Except love happens.
last, have money. Child. If you don't get money, hide your... Who even sang that song first?
If you don't get money,
hide your face, so like hide the face like this. Oma, why am I singing this song? 24 private jets, Richard Miller wristwatch worth over 300,000 US dollars. In short, some people say that amount of money can buy how many Rolls Royce now? I mean, which car is it that is trending? Before you now talk of the diamond ring, before you now talk about the creme de la creme of people that gathered in Miami, United States of America, on Sunday, 10th August 2025, for who? OBO. OBO shuts down. You guys make money. Anything that you are doing, forget it. Make money.
For real? You have to.
Did you see that wedding?
No, I saw it. But, you know, I'm like, where will you start making that money from? Remember that money is a generational wealth.
Let us create our own generational wealth. No, that thing. Anyways, but the wedding was dope. Chioma, she tried though, against all odds. Now she can cook a stay house.
Who not go stay for 25 karat? Be how many million?
God forbid. I know say make Davido die, but I hope say if anything happen, last they no go do her like this. Iwuanyanwu's wife. But that's on a lighter note. Ladies, that wedding was a bomb with the la creme de la creme. My question to you now is, was that too much to do, or if you have it, flaunt it? Who wants to take the lead?
If you have it, flaunt it. Seriously. But for me, I don't think I would have done that much. I wouldn't have done that much. I don't know. But, I mean, nobody that doesn't want to be pampered. I looked at Chioma, I'm like, wow, you know, enjoying.
She looks happy.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Who will not be happy? And what I love about them is I can actually see the connection between them.
Yes.
It's not any drama. I think that's the most important thing. But, I mean, if you have a man who wants to do all that on you, well, by all means, you know, but some people may not go that far. That's Davido, so enjoy it.
Choice, this one you are doing.
They are both young. They still have a lot of life, so many years to enjoy themselves. In as much as money is good to make, in as much as it's good to flaunt money, the main thing is I wish them the best of luck, and I wish them the marriage should last longer than anyone can ever imagine. That's just my main point.
Thank you, ladies, for being a part of Wahala Be Like today. Hers is a wrap on the show. Follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, and X account at ClickNiger1. Visit our website on www.clickniger.gov.ng and search for us on Radio Garden at Click Niger, while you rush to our comment sections to give us your own views on everything we've talked on today. My name is Elizabeth Ereke, and I want to say thank you to Ehi Ohiani
Thank you.
for gracing this show and Choice Okosan.
Thank you for having us.
Our producer has been Hafsat Isa, Abdullahi Dauda, Nasser Yunusa, and Asmal Sani. Until we come again next time, it's bye from here.